Mm-hmm. Hi, hello, and welcome to an episode of Todd Talk. When Todd talks, people listen. Oh yeah! And today, we are talking about a death battle 10 years in the making. Like literally, we have the tweet to prove it. We are talking about the brainchild of Chad James himself, Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah, it's happening for the 150th episode of Death Battle. Yeah, this is gonna be fun. So I want to make it clear that I already have in my mind who I'm going to pick. This will not be a 30-minute Todd Talk. I can guarantee it, because there's not that much to talk about. But I do want to give a little bit of a backstory for those who are not in the know. So when Death Battle first started, Chad James was, of course, with Ben helping make the episodes and doing Boomstick, and he made a tweet saying, "Rejected Death Battle ideas, Macho Man Randy Savage versus the Kool-Aid Man." And that idea never went away in his mind, mainly because, the oh yeahs and their insane feats and all of that. And so he kept bringing it up, including in a Death Battle cast from 2017. And this is basically like the Juggernaut versus Hermione Granger Death Battle idea that Nick Kramer has. It's that kind of thing, all right? It's like, will they ever do it? Maybe, we don't know. So he kept bringing it up, and now 150 episodes in, it's his time. It's his time. Oh yeah. So let's get into this. So first off, we have Macho Man Randy Savage, and I don't feel comfortable just talking about Randy Savage. So for this entire preview section, I will be embodying the Macho Man. Oh yeah! Because once upon a time, brother, his name was Randall Poffo, which is a really weird name. And he decided to become a professional wrestler. Oh yeah! Because the Macho Man is the cream, and he always rose to the top. This is gonna kill my voice, but I'm doing it for you, so be grateful. As the Macho Man, his grand physique, which I do not match, his grand physique, eternal charisma, and ability to connect with the fans eventually led him to the World Wrestling Federation, whereas the Macho Man, he became one of their greatest champions in the history of the world. Oh yeah! Seriously, I can already feel my voice going. In his 32 years of wrestling, he held 29 prestigious titles for over 29 title reigns with 11 different titles across multiple promotions, including WWF and World Championship Wrestling, WCW. Yeah. He was a two-time heavyweight champion of the world as in the WWF, and a four-time world champion in WCW. And he is the man who is credited with giving the Intercontinental World Championship a reign of unmatched proportions, and giving that title respect. Oh yeah! Sorry, this is really killing my voice. The Macho Man was so great that he turned one of the most boring songs in all of creation into one of the most beloved entrance themes, Pomp and Circumstance. That's right, because even though you have to walk to it every graduation and just wait for it to end, the Macho Man was able to do it with style and flair and colorful attire. Oh yeah! I can feel myself going. I must keep going though. After obtaining fame, he became a spokesperson for multiple multiple items, not the least of which was the Slim Jim. Because whenever he had it, he would say, "Oh, Slim Jim! Oh, yeah!" This is so bad. I'm sorry if this sounds horrible. It sounds good to me, though. And his popularity did not end after his wrestling career finished. He became an accomplished actor in his own right, going from voice acting to live action acting, being in the first live action Spider-Man film as Bonesaw, because Bonesaw is ready. And then, in arguably one of his greatest performances, he went on to Dexter's Laboratory, kid you not, as a wrestler, intergalactic wrestling champion and destroyer of worlds, losing only to Monkey, an actual monkey, after seeing the heart of the champion within him. Ooh, yeah. If there is one flaw that the Macho Man had, it was his heart. And I do not mean, brother, that I'm talking about just his ability to care, his ability to love. I'm talking about his literal heart. Because he had an enlarged heart. I can already feel the voice going. I'm so sorry. Oh, yeah. Because the Macho Man's heart was so big, it could not handle his epicness and eventually died from a heart disease. That's right. No man could kill the Macho Man except the heart within the Macho Man. Oh, yeah. But even now, years after his death, he is still honored, duplicated, but never replicated. Oh no, because no one is better, no one is more charismatic, and no one left a mark on the world wrestling world, world wrestling world, whatever, the wrestling world than the Macho Man. And that is why he is the one and only professional wrestler to be put in to death battle. Oh, yeah! Okay, I'm done now. Oh, that took about 5 minutes. That's not bad. Again, I want to be a voice actor. Hire me, folks. So now we are going to be talking about the Kool-Aid Man. Oh, yeah! And no, I'm not talking like him the whole... Oh, gosh, no, I don't think I can handle it. The Kool-Aid Man actually has a longer lifespan than you might realize. He was born in 1954, actually, but as the Pitcher Man, not the Kool-Aid Man. And if you recall the Death Battle preview that just aired, you'll have seen one of the 1950s commercials where he is just a pitcher with a face that smiles and talks. Because why not? It's the 1950s. So, as time went on, the Pitcher Man got more and more popular, probably just because of the simplicity of it all and the good taste of Kool-Aid. And in 1974, 1 year after Macho Man Randy Savage debuted in wrestling world, he got arms, he got legs, and eventually he became the Kool-Aid Man that we all know and love. And after that, that's when things got a little crazy, because while he was the Pitcher Man, all he could do was talk. But as the Kool-Aid Man, he can do just about anything he wants, okay? He goes full Smokey the Bear, if you recall that Death Battle, in a way. Because he can burst through walls, like all of the walls. All of the walls. All right? And he can survive the vacuum of space, somehow. And he actually had a comic series between Marvel and Archie, and there was another one before that, actually, that painted him as a hero trying to save the world from drought and thirst. Kid not. You saw the preview. If you saw the preview, you know. But yeah, the Thirsties was his rival, and they would try and bring drought, which obviously just dehydrates everybody. So the Kool-Aid Man would go and fight them to make sure that everybody was well hydrated. So, okay. The Kool-Aid Man, as shown in the commercials, has a variety of powers, including materialization, teleportation, growing to an incredible size, and one that they didn't mention as of yet is the ability to know exactly when someone calls his name. Because think about it. What do you say? You say, "Hey, Kool-Aid," and he bursts through the wall. Oh yeah! Oh yeah! There you go. I can feel it. I can feel it. So yeah, he has this ability to, I guess, hear all over the world and then teleport right to where the kid is. So it makes you wonder what happens when two kids say his name at the same time. Like, where does he go? Does he teleport one, burst in, give him the Kool-Aid, and go to the next guy? And yeah, I don't know. I don't know. So I guess this, what do you want to call it, the striking image? The striking image of the Kool-Aid Man has made it to where he is a pop culture icon, as shown in the Death Battle preview today. He has been in Family Guy multiple times. He is a recurring character on Robot Chicken, where I looked up just before this fight. They actually did an incredibly small clip of Macho Man versus Kool-Aid Man, with both of them saying, "Oh yeah." They didn't do an actual fight, but they got the joke too. But Chad did it first. Actually, no. Is that true? I didn't look up the date. I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure Chad did it first. So, yeah, but the Kool-Aid Man is iconic in every way. He used to be like an actual like live action character, and then they made him CGI for the more recent commercials. But he has become just this mascot that has, transcended and everything. That's why a lot of people use him, like Family Guy and Robot Chicken, because everyone knows the Kool-Aid Man. And I know this is going to be a little dark, but I promise it'll make sense in a bit. Kool-Aid Man, or Kool-Aid, went to Venezuela after some difficulties, like importing or something like that. And you might remember a certain mass suicide that happened because they put poison in the Kool-Aid. You'd think that such an act would kill off the Kool-Aid sales. No, it didn't. It actually didn't affect them at all. And we all know why, because no one blames the Kool-Aid. even with the phrase, don't drink the Kool-Aid, I mean, like, don't poison your mind. No one cares. No one cares. I mean, they get it. It's like, oh yeah, because of the one event, but no one blames the Kool-Aid Man, because we know that he's trying to save us from the evils of thirst. So yeah, he is your typical insane mascot, and the only way to kill him, if we're being honest, is what Stewie showed in Family Guy. Is apparently you have to break his glass case and drain him, but because that's Family Guy and not official canon, you can't technically count that. But then again, this is their joke battle of the season, so anything is up for grabs, especially when you have someone as crazy as the Kool-Aid Man. One fun fact. One more fun fact. Time magazine, kid you not, ranked the Kool-Aid Man as one of the top 10 creepiest mascots of all time. And one of the reasons for this was that they didn't like how he always made a mess every time he showed up. Does he have to make a mess every time he shows up? Yes, he's the Kool-Aid Man. Oh yeah! All right, see, look at that. We're only 13 minutes in. We're doing good. This is where I see the timer. So yeah, so who wins in a fight between the Macho Man and the Kool-Aid Man? Oh yeah. I'm glad I didn't do both voices. So, who wins in this fight? Here's my answer. I'm going to give it right to you straight. All right, ready for this? Are you sure? Are you sure? I abstain. Yeah. For only the second time in my death battle prediction history, the first being the Mega Man Battle Royale, which I correctly predicted would have a feat that I did not know about, and it was because of the manga of all things, that I would determine the winner. And I was right on that, but I did not pick, because I knew that between the 5 histories, I would not be able to accurately dive into all of them. So, I abstain from this one. Why? Because this is a stupid idea, and yet it's totally awesome. And there's no way that one of them should win. All right, like, think about what we've just seen in the previews. They're not just talking about Macho Man's wrestling career. They cited Dexter's Lab, as I talked about. He fought Chuck Norris and Walker Texas Ranger, but they cited Chuck Norris's abilities via Chuck Norris versus Sega to Sanshiro. And they haven't talked about the power of the Slim Jim. So there's more coming, because we know the Slim Jim is going to be in the battle. they don't care. And again, they say that he's actually Rasslord when he's not. He was just voicing Rasslord. They don't care. And as for the Kool-Aid Man, as you saw in the preview today, they're using all the commercials just like they did with Smokey the Bear, which means that his abilities are absolutely insane. But will that stop the Macho Man? Oh no! So I don't think they're going to have a winner. And here's another reason why. If you looked at the small preview we got of the fight, we know that there's going to be a whole lot of characters showing up, and this is going to be about Boomstick's dad, right? So we saw like the Macho Man giving a flaming elbow from space, which means that, you know, he can apparently survive re-entry. And obviously the Kool-Aid Man's going to have his own powers to show off. So they're probably not going to have a winner. They're going to do something and it'll end in a way where Boomstick, you know, finds his dad or something or other, and it just doesn't end with a victor. It wouldn't make sense that it's a victor, because if we're being completely honest and we're looking at this actually objectively, Kool-Aid Man would absolutely stomp on Macho Man. But because we're using, you know, the extra feats of Macho Man between, you know, his fight with Chuck Norris and Rasslor and Spider-Man and all of them, they're clearly going for the Chuck Norris treatment, like they did with Sega Sanshiro and versus Sega Sanshiro, and they're just giving them all the feats that they could possibly find just to have a lot of fun. And Chad himself said that this episode is going to be very different, and thus, if you don't like the episode, which hopefully you will, the next episode, which is going to be the Halloween episode, perfectly timed, is going to be the back to normal episode, if you will. Okay, so given all of this and the very clear joke feel that they're going for, they even said they're not even in the lab. They'll bring back Jocelyn though. That's so awesome. But like Marshall is there. That's atypical. That's Ringmaster. Jocelyn's gonna be there. Barbara Dunkelman is apparently gonna be voicing a character or something. And this is going to be about Boomstick's dad. So with all of these factors, it just doesn't make sense that they would actually pick a winner. So I abstain, because if they do pick a winner, it's going to be a joke anyway. And if they don't pick a winner, which I think that's what they're going to do, you know, it makes no sense to pick. So I abstain from this fight. I am just going to go in and enjoy watching it and just see the Macho Madness and the Kool-Aid action in action. By the way, did you know Sora's in Smash Brothers? All right. With that, I am ending this episode of Todd Talk. What do you think is going to happen in the absolute chaos that is the 150th episode of this show? Oh, it's going to be a good time. So, and of course, if you are you going to dare to make a pick? I will hold you to it, and if it's a tie, you lose. Okay. If it's a tie, you lose. But if you abstain like myself, I will count it as a win. Actually, I should count it as a win just so I can boost up my record. Anyway, let me know in the comments below. And yes, please feel free to praise or criticize my Macho Man impersonation. Yeah, bring it on. All right, so I thank you for watching. If you made it this far, I know you were listening, and I'll see you next time. Oh, yeah!